in that area, are we gonna be responsible for that or is Tech Dot?
Yeah.
Or has it been decided?
It hasn't been decided.
It hasn't been decided yet, but,
For instance, if TechStop's new design does not touch anything, or what we call pre and post conditions, they'll monitor the pre-conditions, and if their new design doesn't make any changes where it adds more water or does anything, they will probably refer not to do anything to improve the drainage.
How much is in our drainage fund, roughly?
Mr. Gregory?
50?
I think it's around 480,000. That's what we
So it is starting to build up.
It is starting to build up.
Now, we do have a proposal from a surveying group that Mickey Thomas provided and to get some survey and to survey this whole area the way he needs it to look at it is about $24,000. I don't have the exact in front of that information on that. We were going to bring that back to you at a later date if you wanted. And we have not presented this to the task force yet.
No.
Meaning the drainage task force?
Yes, sir. Drainage task force. The recommended body to you.
To me, I think, I'm trying to figure out exactly what you're asking for. I think you're saying, you want us to say, if I would go repave this street, I don't want you breathing down my neck that if we're going to cut into it 10 years from now to fix this drainage issue.
Correct.
Right.
So I think what I'm saying, and everybody else can weigh in, is I don't think in the next 20 years, based on our other drainage issues that are more important with water going to people's houses, that this would rise to the level that we would act on that. So therefore, the life of that street you're putting in is probably safe.
Correct.
Is that, can we agree on that?
That's fair.
It just looks to me like with all the things they're gonna cut into, sewer lines and water lines, we can't swing it. I'm like you, we just need to fix what we need to fix and go to the places that are worse.
And I also want to state this, when I did the assessment in 2021, I was asked to look at all the major thoroughfares first, because this was,
We did, yes.
and that's why it got included.
No, that's fine. That's what you wanna do. You wanna stick everybody on the wall and say, okay, what can we afford to fix? Or what's the worst thing that needs fixed?
And unfortunately, from the 2021 to now, I've had some more curb and gutter movement. I can fix those in the bond and get straight curb and gutter, but I cannot replace this pipe.
So as far as the street goes, from Glenwick to, no, wait a minute, as far as the repaving, you're gonna do the north end first or the south end?
North, you said, from
North,
199, right?
Glenwick to 199?
Shannon to Thurston, or you want to do Thurston down to the Boulevard?
If we go ahead without the pipe and just replace the curb and gutter, I can do from the Boulevard to Thurston faster. I believe I can get that out of your office faster.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because there's less curb damage there, and then I have a 90-day delay
On the water line.
on the water line, so that while he gets this out of his office and we're under construction rebuilding curbs, he can be designing the second option.
So again, if we're not gonna address the drainage, for the rest of Long, what's the timeline on those water lines being replaced? I mean, what could we sort of expect?
The notice to proceed starts the 1st, and we will have it done in 90 days.
So I'm not talking about the south end. I'm not talking about the Boulevard to whatever we're gonna stop at, because that's the one you can do now, relatively now. But as far as the rest of Long, what is the timeline on?
All those are replaced.
Oh, already?
Yes.
Okay.
There were some replaced prior to me than Mr. Gregory did.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is just one little piece that we found, and we're cleaning that up, and then in system improvements 2 is when we went.
So what's an expectation of Long being repaved is what I'm really getting at. Totally, like from the Boulevard to Jacksboro Highway.
That you can drive on new pavement,
Yep.
similar to what we're doing.
Like Roberts Cutoff, south end of Roberts Cutoff.
To be all fair and any kind of delay and realistic, I would say September.
Okay, this year?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Fair enough?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
That'll be nice, because that will, I mean, that's another big thoroughfare to knock out, right? We've already got Roberts Cutoff basically done, Merritt's done,
Yes, sir.
big part of it. So then Barbara is gonna be done before this one, right? Or no? No?
Yes.
Well, we have gas company there still.
Yeah,
If you finish in 30 days, and then we are also, a little bit of change to help save money. We're analyzing Barbara, and we've talked to the county about it. The county just bought a brand new, what we call a milling machine, where they just grind the pavement up. And do not disturb the road base. As you notice going down Barbara, the road base is solid, the road's not moved. It's all the utility cuts and the minor asphalt problems on top. So we're gonna grind that down 4 inches and then bring back 4 inches of brand new asphalt and not touch that base. So you won't go through the processes, what Merritt Street, all the mud and the mess and the different times, except for now the gas company's kind of making a mess out there. But, and we'll have that restored back sooner.
So by the end of this year, we'll have Barbara done and Long done.
Yes, sir.
maybe Black Oak.
We gotta discuss that. Had to talk to Mr. Skinner about that, but yes, we're hoping to have.
And we'll have the south end of Merritt.
South end of Merritt still requires utilities. The sewer is in your SSO plan. Now, one of the things, I did discuss with Mr. Gregory that we're looking at is, yes, it's in the 10-year SSO plan to change that sewer, but let's go out there and do a TV inspection of that line and see how bad it is. And, you know, if it's just vitrified clay pipe and it's not cracked, it's in good and solid shape, I'll have an engineer look at it, make sure, and will give us a recommendation, and we may not replace it. But I would recommend replacing it, because the new PVC is the best way to go.
And we have to remember, even with the bond money we got from the Water Development Board, we only got about 80% of the sewers, so you're still got another 20% that we've got to cover.
Yes, sir, we found one on Black Oak that we're going to have to address, but it's only 150 feet, maybe? Yeah, a little small project.
All right, anything else from board? Thank you.
So, consensus on receiving is to go forward with and improve what's existing out there.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Move to item 13, discussion and/or action on requests. Nope, we just did number 13. Item 14, consider approval of ordinance number 1369-2023, amending the 2022-2023 fiscal year EDC budget by expanding the budget for community center improvements, account number 03-530-5601, qualified by the EDC as acceptable expenditures of 4B funds. Marvin?
And we went to the EDC last night with that, the total was $18,433, and they ended up approving $4,447, I believe it was all they would approve.
What was the justification for that?
Well, that was to cover the part-time help we had down there. We left him at part-time. The $18,000 was full-time, and they just felt like the $4,000 pay up for the remainder of this year was adequate.
It was to reimburse what's already been spent.
It's hired as part-time. Sheridan had said they needed him only for part-time. The request has been put in, I guess, for a full-time. EDC, he wasn't needed full-time at the center, and so we looked at it and said, well, if you don't need him, then why should we pay for him? If he was hired and Gordon hired him as a part-time employee, he understood he was a part-time employee, and then he found out he could work full-time and still draw on
Social Security.
Social Security, thank you. And, but still, their needs were met, according to what Shirley told us, both the sureties. And so